So how in the world did I manage to go on a romantic dinner with my interviewer completely by accident? I recently learned how to animate, so I'm using this video to tell the story and test my new skills. This video was so much work, and I worked super hard on it. I honestly didn't expect that it'd take this long. So here it is, and I hope you like it. So alright, I'll tell the story about that time I accidentally went on a date with my interviewer. I was a programmer at the time, right? And I had just gotten laid off from my previous job, which was very annoying because they had just given me a raise like a month prior. And then the next month they were like, oh, actually, sorry, we're gonna have to like, let go of you. And the person telling me was like crying. And I was like immediately like, whoa, like that's like, whoa, calm down. Why are you crying? Shouldn't I be crying? What are you doing? So I guess it was a really clever strategy because I was basically so focused on making sure he didn't feel too bad and like it's okay, you don't have to cry, that I forgot to feel upset myself. So good strat. I will try that next time if I have to let someone go. So at the time, to be honest, it was actually pretty easy to find jobs as a programmer. Not so easy nowadays, but like back then, programming jobs were coming out the wazoo, so I wasn't really very concerned with not being able to find a job. I interviewed for a bunch of places, some places more reputable than others, okay? One of the less reputable places was a strange mobile games company where it was, I'm pretty sure that the founder and CEO was just using his parents' money to make a little vanity company. Therefore, every single game basically had himself in it. He was making games about himself shooting Teletubbies or something. It was really weird. It was really weird. It was like, it's not even a self-insert character, okay? Like, it's literally the guy. His face is in there. Same name. Literally, it's literally just him in the game, and he's the protagonist. So I got interviewed for that company, all right? And fortunately, I was not interviewed by the guy, but his engineering lead. The first thing he gave me was FizzBuzz. And for those of you that aren't familiar, FizzBuzz is a very basic programming question that they give to people to just check you can write code at all. It's kind of almost a meme in my opinion, because like if you've been a programmer for like any amount of years, you would be able to write FizzBuzz. But people tell me that actually most people fail FizzBuzz, and I don't know if I believe that. So what I told him was like, no, I'm not gonna do FizzBuzz. That's stupid, right? So I didn't do FizzBuzz. We ended up talking about other stuff. So we talked a bit, we had a pretty good interview, but in the end, they ended up extending me an offer, but I turned it down because of course I turned it down, right? Do I really want to work on this weirdo self-insert games? Not really, all right? Nothing against the engineering lead, but I did not want to work there. So afterwards, the interviewer did email me again, and he said stuff like, hey, let's go like have dinner or something. And then I was thinking like, oh, nice. Wait, is this what they call networking? I'm networking with my fellow industry programmers, all right? That sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna say yes. So I said yes. So at the time, I thought it was just an innocent dinner. But as an adult, well, I was an adult already, but as an older adult, I went back to look at those emails because, thank you, Gmail, for being big. I still have them. He was being really obvious, okay? He was saying like, yeah, you're really special. Like, I haven't met anyone like you. You're smarter than the average bear, And I was like, oh, nice, networking. Like, I'd like to get to know you better. I'd like to get to know you better. I'm like, oh, yeah, all right. Gonna be a better programmer. Went straight over my head. Straight over my head. You feel like that breaks laws in an interview? Yeah, it probably does. Maybe that's why I had no clue, right? Anyway, I went to, he said like, okay, so I know a really good place in an X area, right? And I'm like, oh, let's go. And then I just walked into the restaurant and he was sitting there in a suit. In like the dim peek at brain, okay? There's really nothing going upstairs there, right? I don't think very much, but that was my first inkling that like, wait, something is not right. Why is he in a suit? I mean, like when I was interviewing, like this is a game development company. Only like fresh grads rock up in like suits, okay? If you're a programmer, just dress casually. No one really cares. So, but like we sat down and the food was pretty good. We had a pleasant dinner. He insisted on paying and I'm like, Weird, but okay. But I at that point I was like, this is strange, but maybe this is a restaurant that I'm supposed to dress up fancy for. Well, like, whoops for me. I was just wearing a t-shirt and just shorts as usual. Yeah, maybe people are supposed to network in suits. Maybe he's in his networking suit. I don't know. And then afterwards, we went on a walk. Okay, so and we were talking mostly about programming at the time because I was still in my head, I was thinking, strange, but let's continue networking, okay? The conversation was pretty pleasant because we were just talking about programming. I was like, yeah, something, you know, the best way to implement blah, 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 you know, something design patterns. I was still pretty new to programming at the time, so that was what I was talking about. And it was only when we sat down and he tried to hold my hand that I realized that something was up. I was like, hold up, wait. I think I probably overreacted and like kind of jumped 10 miles away. Like, whoa, all right. And there was a bit of awkward walking and talking after that. We continued talking about design patterns or something for the next, like, you know, we just continued talking for a bit. And then I was like, all right, I think that my expression must have kind of clued him in that I wasn't really into that. So we ended up saying our goodbyes, and he did not follow up, I believe. I think he must have realized that I was just really dense. I didn't know we were going on a date. And that was my first networking attempt. I was a lot more careful in the future. Did I get the job? Yes, but I turned it down because, listen, were you hearing the fact that, like, I was going to make video games about, like, some sort of weird power fantasies with the CEO in it, starring the CEO? I didn't want to do that, dude. He did indeed take the hints. And then I went home and I told my partner of then, like, what, 5-10 years at the time, what happened, and he thought it was incredibly funny. I am the human Clotsire. I am unaware. And as an adult, I have become more aware just through sheer experience. But as you may have surmised from how I describe my social interactions in general, for my age, I remain impressively unaware. And I will notice if someone's trying to hit on me these days, but anything more, no, I don't notice. You wonder if he ever recovered from that misunderstanding? I hope he did because, well, as an interviewer, he probably shouldn't have, but like... So this was really my first ever animation, excluding some small animated emotes I did in the past, and maybe doing an 8-minute animatic-ish thing, or whatever this was, wasn't the best idea. I used Clip Studio Paint EX to make this, and I left a link in the description if you want to check that out. Anyway, I really had fun with this, so if you enjoyed it, please consider doing the YouTube stuff. Maybe check out my Twitch too, where I stream pretty regularly. Catch you next time!